Today we are making granola bars. Just kidding! Today we're going to be learning about oats. Oats have been around for a really long time. People from ancient civilizations have used oats for thousands and thousands of years. From the Egyptians to the Greeks to the Romans, they've used oats predominantly for animal food, specifically horses. But oats actually have a lot of nutrients for us that we get to enjoy. Some of those nutrients that help us when we eat oats, it would include having fiber, which is known to keep us feeling fuller longer, so it's really good for your tummy. It's also good for heart. So for your heart, it helps keep it steady, keeps it going, and it's also good for blood sugar, which means, you know how throughout the day, sometimes you're gonna just feel like, oh, so tired, I just don't wanna do anything. You start to crash. Well, oats, they keep a steady blood sugar, so your energy stays the same, hopefully throughout the remainder of the day. Oats can be grown all around the world, but specifically in Scotland, that's where they're best grown. When the people from Scotland moved here to the United States, we ended up growing a lot of oats ourselves. So how do you grow an oat? Oats are grown or sown into the ground by oat seeds. So they're sown into the ground in the summer or late fall, and then they have to sleep over winter because oats actually need cold weather to help it grow. Once the spring comes in, it'll start shooting up its little seedlings, and then it'll be ready to be harvested in the summer or fall, depending on the variety of oats. Today's farmers actually use a combine, which is a machine that helps separate the oats from the stem plant itself. Otherwise, they'll have to just slowly pick it off one by one, and that just takes forever, and I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oats are still really popular to use for animal food, especially horses. We eat it as well. So some of the ways that we eat oats would be oatmeal. Some of you probably have had a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. I know I have. Or it's even been in baked goods or in a granola bar, which we're not making granola bars today. But it's also not just used for food. It's been used in lotions and certain kinds of makeups as well, even in certain medicines. So again, we're learning about a plant that has a variety of uses, which makes it really cool. But for today's purposes, we are actually going to be making oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I'm personally excited about this because it's one of my favorite recipes, but I'm even more excited about it because I'm making it for someone really special in my life, my mom. Oh, I know, it's great. But she loves oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and so we're gonna make them today. To get started, we are going to have all of these ingredients that I have put out for you guys. We're gonna get started using a cup of butter. That was rude. So we need a cup of butter, a cup of white sugar, a cup of brown sugar. I already have all the dry ingredients in this bowl, so that's 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of oats, a half teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. That sounds like a lot of ingredients, right? Well, I'll send the recipe to you. That's okay. And we'll need 2 eggs and vanilla. Anyways, let's get started. If you want to come see what I'm doing, we're gonna get started by taking all of our butter and putting it in the bowl. Make sure that the butter is nice and soft, because otherwise it's not going to want to mix, and that'll make it really hard to create really yummy cookies. So if you have an electric mixer, great. If not, yes, this is soft butter. You want to just try to mix it around a bit. Get it nice and working. Because the softer the butter, the better it is. Trust me, it's going to be worth it in the end. These are the best cookies that I've ever had the chance to make, and everyone I know that has had them loves them. Okay, so that looks pretty well done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to need our measuring cup. Again, I said 1 cup of regular white sugar. That was so obnoxious. And we're gonna need a cup of brown sugar. You're gonna need both sugars for this. What the brown sugar does is it makes it nice and chewy, and I'm personally a big fan of chewy cookies. So when you put the brown sugar in, you see how it's loose like this? We don't want it loose. We want it packed. So what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna press it in. Just like that, to make sure that we get the full effect of 1 cup. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more. Look at that, it's beautiful. Alrighty. And now we're gonna mix it in. And if you have an electric mixer, make sure you mix it in until everything is nice and creamy. For me, I have to just keep mixing it until all the sugars are together. Okay, so you see how it's nice and creamy? The sugars are mixed in really well. So once your sugars are mixed in, you're going to want to add 2 eggs. So here's my egg right here. How to crack an egg, I don't have time to teach you. But you might want to learn how to crack an egg. Get an adult's help, or maybe I can teach you in another episode. I just really like that noise. I think I'm a big fan of noises. Well, certain noises. So we're gonna mix our eggs in as well as we can with the material that I have. Okay, next step is we're going to take our vanilla. I have some really big vanilla here. I really like this particular kind. If I can get it open. Don't judge me. Why it wants to be so annoying when I have to open it up. But you're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla. So we're measuring it out. Throwing this in here. And we're going to mix up the vanilla with our batter. So you want to make sure that all of your wet ingredients are mixed very nicely together. So this would be our wet ingredients, and this would be our dry ingredients. Our dry ingredients I wanted to show you so you could see the different things that I have. But it's also really good to mix it around beforehand, so that way you don't overmix your batter. Because if you overmix the batter, the cookies don't become nice and chewy, they just become tough. And although you want to be a tough cookie, it's not fun to eat them, so. So we're going to pour in part at a time, so that way we don't make a big mess. I hope all the parents are happy that I am discouraging big messes. Not fun to clean. No, thank you. And of course, you don't have to use as many pans and utensils as I do. It's just I don't have a lot of stuff. So it makes it a little challenging for me. I'm going to switch. And try and mix that all in. I like to pretend that I'm back in the olden days when they didn't have all the fancy utensils. But I don't like the olden days. It's too tough. Okay, here's our last bit. Mix that in. Okay, voila. That is going to be our oatmeal chocolate chip. Oh wait, I forgot the chocolate chips. So you can add as many chocolate chips as you want. My mother loves a ton of chocolate chips. So, but do you think that's enough? No, I should probably add some more. Should I add this whole bag? No, I'm not gonna add the whole bag. That's too much. I don't like that many. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you, but I can't. I will add about that much, though. I think that's plenty. So you can have a chocolate chip in every bite. We'll mix that in. Yep, I think I added just the right amount of chocolate chip. If not too much, because I don't like that many. But whatever. It's not about me. It's about my mom. Wow, that's a lot of chocolate chips, though. That's a lot of chocolate. So now that we've made our chocolate chips, we are going to take a sheet pan. And if you have a parchment paper or cooking spray, you're going to want to put that down. This one is a non-stick, but I think I'm still gonna probably put something down on it. Oh, I was supposed to have paper. I must have run out of that. That's why. Don't mind me. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon, or if you have a cookie scooper, take a cookie scooper and just put it on the row. I actually think I might switch this to the other sheet. Because I can get more cookies on here. Are you laughing at me? Stop laughing at me. And there we go. So we are going to put this into an oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees. It's going to go in for about 11 to 12 minutes, just depending. You got to take a look. You don't want these cookies to burn, but you also don't want them to be underbaked as well. And then they'll be ready for you to enjoy. It'll get there. I'll let you have those cookies because I'm gonna make some with walnuts. Well, our cookies are done. So now we're just gonna take them off and let them cool, and when they're cool, make sure to get a glass of milk or something that you can drink and enjoy. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!